Greetings, everyone. Happy day to you and to yours. We are here for a 60-minute Vinyasa today. My name is Spencer, for those of you that don't know me. This is Leo. Come say hello. Want to say hello? This is Leo. Say hello. Leo's going to be practicing with us probably today. So anyway, we will begin in Supta Baddha Konasana. So you're going to lie on your back to begin. Soles of the feet come together, knees flared out wide. We'll settle into our pranayama, into our breath. As always, we'll move through several different breathing patterns. So the knees begin to make their way to the floor. Feel the opening of the hip joint, both right and left. Palms can be facing up should you choose, or maybe you have right hand, right palm on your belly, left hand, left palm on your heart. And we'll just settle in as we move into our yoga head, into our yoga mind, beginning to come to your mindful meditative breath, utilizing the breath. Came to my attention, somebody who watches these videos quite frequently told me that they didn't have as much time one day, so they skipped the breathing and they skipped the shavasana at the end of the practice. And I said, well, that's interesting. Then basically what you did was calisthenics, and nothing wrong with calisthenics. But our yoga practice consists of three major parts: pranayama, asana, and shavasana. And without all three of those parts, it really is just doing calisthenics. And again, there is nothing wrong with doing calisthenics. But your yoga practice is the marriage of the breath, the asanas, and then the rest and recuperation, either between postures or at the end of your practice. So if you can, try not to skip the breathing or the shavasana at the end. I understand though. So as you begin to settle in here, maybe you start hearing voices in your head taking you here and taking you there. Each time that happens, come back. Maybe say the word thinking to yourself, and then just come back to that breath. And you may have to come back 1,000 times, and that is okay. That is the yoking, that is the joining together, that is the yoga of the breath and the asana, the mind and the body, the spiritual and the physical. Take a final mindful meditative breath. And now we'll deepen our breath and move into our Ujjayi breath. U-J-A-Y-I-I. And now your breath becomes more audible, either just to yourself or maybe if you're practicing with anyone. And you'll feel the vibration of the air as it passes over the back of the throat, making a snoring sound, an oceanic sound. And you begin to build heat here. And you come back to this breath during your practice when you need a little bit of additional fire in your belly. Maybe visualizing the diaphragm dropping down in the abdominal cavity on your in-breath, allowing the lungs to expand and open and widen. And then that diaphragm raises up on your out-breath, places mechanical pressure on the base of the lung, expelling all of the air. Inhale, snoring sound, vibration of the air over the back of the throat. Exhale. And I invite you to take 3 final Ujjayi breaths on your own. And I'll also ask if you can to maybe extend the exhale, building that pulmonary function. The inhale takes care of itself. Yes, you've heard me say that many times. The exhale is where you build, you grow, you enhance that pulmonary function, that lung capacity. You're also stretching the intercostal muscles. The rib cage is opening, allowing the lungs to open even further. Final Ujjayi breath. And now we'll move to our deep cleansing breath. So this time, breathe deeply. And at the top of the breath, you'll pause and hold that breath for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the mouth opens wide as you exhale, steaming a small compact mirror right in front of your mouth. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. Extend that exhale longer than you believe you can. Take it all the way to the end. Inhale. Exhale. Take 3 final deep inhalations on your own. And remember that during your practice, you have access to your mindful meditative breath when you are settling into your postures. You have access to your ujjayi breath when you need a little bit of additional fire. And you have access to your cleansing breath when you need that influx of oxygen and the outflow of carbon dioxide. They are not the only 3 breathing patterns, but typically in our yoga practice, those will be the ones we come back to the most. Final breath here. And exhale. Eyes blink open. We'll move into our first asana of the practice. We'll move into a happy baby. So the legs come up tall, bending at the knees. You're grabbing the outside edges of the foot. If you can't grab the outside edges of the foot with your hands, that is perfectly fine. You can go to the ankles. Maybe your elbows come to the inside of the knees and flare the legs out wide. The soles of the feet are pressing against the ceiling and the ankles are directly over the knees. Maybe rocking side to side ever so slightly and then coming to stillness. And at the last moment, maybe pulling the soles of the feet down towards the floor, bringing the knees closer towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we'll bring the arms out wide into a T, and let's drop the knees to the left side with the gaze to the right as we take our first spinal twist. So the knees are stacked, the ankles are stacked, the hips are stacked. You're pressing the right shoulder into the mat, gaze over the right middle finger, cervical spine rotated to the left. So you're taking your cervical spine and your upper and mid-thoracic spine rotating to the left, and your lower body, lower thoracic, lower lumbar spine to the left, to the right, Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, knees come back up to the center. Exhale, knees go to the right and gaze goes to the left. You're pressing the left shoulder into the mat. Maybe think about closing the space between the knees and the right shoulder, bringing the knees a little closer, engaging the hip flexors, cervical spine rotating to the left. Maybe that left ear and left cheek touch the mat, but if not, that's the way they're going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, we'll bring both knees, both soles of the feet to the floor with knees bent. Let's take the left ankle over the right knee. Left palm comes through the opening. You can clasp your fingertips behind the right thigh, or if you have enough flexibility, you can clasp your fingertips directly below the right knee, and then pull that right knee into the right shoulder. Now the key here is not just pulling the right knee into the right shoulder, but simultaneously you're pressing that left knee away and opening that left hip. If you're comfortable here and you have a little bit more flexibility, I know it's early in the practice, you might want to think about extending that right leg up tall and maybe yoga toe locking the big toe. Maybe pressing that left forearm into the left knee as you press away. Hi, Leo. How are you? And release. Both legs come down. We'll move to the other side. Bend the right knee. Right ankle comes just above that left knee. We'll take that right arm through the opening, either clasping our fingers on the hamstring or just below the left knee. Shoulders and head come down. Press the right knee away as we pull the left knee into the shoulder. And then again, should you have a little bit more flexibility, you can go for that left toe, extending that left leg up tall, and maybe pressing the right knee away with the right forearm. For 3. For 2. For 1. Both legs come down. We're going to grab behind the hamstrings and take a few spinal rocks. Warming the spine up again. 3 or 4 spinal rocks. Trying to keep the feet off of the floor. And when you've had enough, we'll make our way into boat pose, Navasana. You can start by holding on to the hamstrings. Holding here. And then if you are ready, you can open the arms up to receive. And if you have it in your practice to straighten your legs, feel free to go there. Arms up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feet come down. Heels of the feet come to the floor. Suck the belly button in. Arms sweep up tall. And we take our forward fold. Now you can take a restorative forward fold here, coming as far down onto the leg as you choose. You can go for your shin, your ankle, your foot. Knees can be bent as much as you would like here. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Final time, inhale. Suck the belly button in to give yourself some room. Exhale, fold. And release. We'll cross the legs. We'll find our way onto our hands and knees in tabletop. And we'll take a couple cow cats. You know where you're going. Elbows directly under the shoulders. Wrists directly under the elbows. Knees directly under the hips. We'll inhale and drop our belly to gaze upward for our first cow posture. Full spinal extension. And then we'll press into the palms, bring the chin to the chest, dome the spine to the ceiling for cat pose. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Now I invite you to take 3 or 4 cow cats on your own. And any type of motion that you would like to involve yourself in, feel free to do so. Just maintain that cat-cow. Roll the hips, roll the shoulders. Feel that spine warming up, going from full flexion to full extension. And after 3 or 4, you'll come back to neutral and settle in. Let's take that left arm out long, biceps directly next to the left ear, and we'll kick the right knee back, right leg back, straight, parallel to the floor, toes are flexed. Inhale. Exhale, we bring left elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend long. Take 3 more on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, bend that right leg, reach around with the left hand, grab that right foot, and begin to peek upward taking your first slight back bend of the practice. You're pressing down into the right palm. Your drishti point now changes from down to up. Kicking into that hand for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And we'll move to the other side. Let's take the right arm out long so the right biceps is directly next to the right ear, and kick that left leg back. Left leg parallel to the mat, toes are flexed. Inhale, exhale, inhale, stretch, exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee to left, right elbow to left knee. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, right elbow to left knee. Exhale, lengthen. And take 3 final on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Smile while you're doing this. Inhale. Exhale. Hold here. And now if you'd like, you can bend that left leg. Reach around with the right hand. Press down into the left palm. Gaze up, changing your drishti point up high. Kicking into the right hand. Taking a back bend, drishti point up high, kicking into the hand, lifts that left thigh, and release. Take a set of cow-cat just to reset. And from here, let's move into hero's pose. So we're going to flatten the feet, and we'll just sit back down onto our feet. So the feet are in full plantar flexion here. I've been very, very conscious of making sure that I get enough foot and ankle range of motion work in my practice. It is so important for the foot, ankle, and toes to have full range of motion, because that is the foundation that everything else relies upon. So we're sitting on our heels. Back is nice and straight. I have a string pulling my crown to the ceiling. Now, if you're comfortable here, you can put your hands to the side and maybe lift your knees up. Still sitting on the heels, but the knees are up tall off of the mat. So now you're really feeling that stretch in the top of the foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, knees come down. We'll lean forward ever so slightly. Roll the toes under, and now sit back onto the heels with your toes rolled under. So a lot of times people have a real difficult time doing this, and I get it. This is something that I've been able to develop some ability to do over a period of years of doing this. But the first couple of times that I did this, it was not comfortable. So again, my back is strong and straight. String attached to the crown of my head, pulling me towards the ceiling, trying not to lean forward or to lean back. Toes are rolled under. Full dorsiflexion of the foot and ankle. Hold here. We'll take 3 or 4 more breaths. If you need to come out of this, it's perfectly okay. Stay in as long as you can. And now we'll put the palms down onto the floor and begin to lift the hips up and find your way into your first down dog. So notice that the toes are in a lot of the same space here. Pedal the feet. I like to come onto the tops of my feet just to really open that ankle. Hips are up tall, chest to the thighs, back is flat. Feel a nice opening in the shoulders here. Let's roll forward into a high plank. We'll hold here. Now press down into your palms as you round your spine ever so slightly. And release. So basically, we're extending our thoracic spine towards the ceiling but we're not moving anything else. Press down, feel the opening of the shoulders here, hold, and release. Let's do that a couple more times, but we're going to add to it now. Press down to lift up, and now lift the left leg. Hold here, and release. Final time. Press down into the palms, lift that thoracic spine, lift that right leg, hold here, engage in the core, try not to let the hips fall, and release down. Back to down dog. And let's move into a Vinyasa ladder. So this is going to be a 3-part Vinyasa ladder. Follow my cues. If you get behind, that's okay. You can always come to your knees when we take our chaturanga. That is okay also. So we'll begin in down dog. Let's inhale. We'll come to high plank. Hold here. And press back. Down dog. Inhale forward in the high push-up. You can drop your knees, otherwise low push-up. Back to high push-up. And back to down dog. Now we'll take our traditional Vinyasa. You can always come to your knees, as I said. Inhale forward in the high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now bend the knees. Take a quick look at the top of the mat and either step or hop to the top of the mat and find your way in forward fold, Uttanasana. So in our forward fold, we can grab the elbows one another should we choose. Maybe rock side to side. Or if you're warmed up already, or you're a little bit more flexible, maybe come to yoga toe lock, or you can come to the heels. Yogi's choice here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Tadasana mountain pose. And hold here for a short rest, a short respite. Tadasana is a rest pose, but we're not just hanging out. We're getting ready for what's to come next. So be strong in your Tadasana. Grounding both feet into the earth, the 4 corners of both feet. Palms are facing forward. Shoulders are slightly retracted. Chin is slightly tucked. Anatomical position. And we'll move into our sun salutations. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Exhale, take your forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. We'll step the right foot back into a lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, forward in the high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts up tall. Exhale, we step that right foot through to the top of the mat. If it doesn't get there on its own, if the knee is not directly over the ankle, grab that ankle and move it forward. Inhale, we lift the heart. Exhale, left foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up tall. We're going to bring the palms together. Cross the thumbs, release the index fingers, and we're going to set up for our first back bend. First back bend, standing back bend. We did one on our knees before, but first back bend, so be gentle. Press down into your feet to lift up tall, then hips come forward, head drops back, and begin to trace a line on the ceiling towards the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and we forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. The left foot steps back into a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Kicking that left heel away from you. Nice straight line from the left heel to the crown of the head. Exhale, right foot back, down dog. We'll take our vinyasa. Inhale, lifts us forward in the high push-up. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. Exhale, feel the elbows graze against the rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press down into the tops of the feet to lift the thighs. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts tall. Exhale, we step it through to the top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we sweep the arms up tall and set up for back bend number 2. Now you've been here once, so you know where you're going. Press down to lift up. That allows the spine to distract and gives you more room to bend. Press the hips forward, drop the head back, lift the chest towards the ceiling, and take your back bend. Touch the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana mountain pose. So a back bend can be kind of panicky. That's when you use your breath. Find that breath. And allow that breath to take you through your practice and take you through those difficult postures. Allow that breath to engage the parasympathetic nervous system. That is the portion of the nervous system that's responsible for calmness. When you engage that, it will calm you down. We'll move into sun salutation B. We'll add chair pose. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, we fold and sweep our little fingers onto the floor and make our way into Utkatasana chair pose. Holding here, sitting back. Maybe the toes lift up. Majority of the weight on the back half of the foot. Inhale. Exhale, fold. We step the right foot back into a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot back, down dog. If you would like to take a 3-legged vinyasa, right leg lifts up tall. Inhale, forward in the high plank. Exhale, lower. Right foot drops. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we sweep the arms up tall, setting up for back bend number 3 in this sequence. Now you've been here twice. Now it's time to go for it. Contract the glutes. Arms up tall, press down, lift up, press forward, drop back, and take your back bend. Breathe through it. Find that breath. Calm the body, calm the mind using the breath. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. We step the left foot back into a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot back. We're in down dog. 3-legged vinyasa yogis, left leg lifts. Inhale, forward in the high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in tight. Inhale, left foot drops, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg raises high. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, we fold and sweep our fingertips up into Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sit. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And we stand up tall into Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath, good time for a drink if you need one, or blow your nose if you have to. And find that nice deep cleansing breath. From the top of the mat, inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Let's step the right foot back. We're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart, brings us into crescent lunge. So that right heel is kicking away from us. Left knee bent directly over the ankle if possible. One day that left thigh is parallel to the mat. Right hip is rolled forward so that both hips are in one line. Hands up tall, inhale. Exhale, sink. Inhale, arms come up forward. Exhale, we bring the arms back into airplane. So we don't want the butt sticking up here, and we don't want to be lower down. Now you can come to your knees should you choose, but we want a nice straight line from the back of that right heel to the crown, pressing the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take that right hand to the ground. You can drop your right knee should you choose and flatten that right foot, or you can keep that right toe rolled under and the knee up, and we take our twist. Gaze is up to the left thumb. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Opening that left shoulder. Nice straight line. Gazing into that left thumb. Pressing down into the right hand. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring that left hand down and frame out that foot. Inhale. Now begin to come out onto the outer edge. Maybe move that left hand up a little bit to get it out of the way. Come to the outer edge of that left foot, opening that hip, pressing that right ankle and right heel away from you. Bring the knee back to center. We'll do that a couple more times. Let's open up that left hip, rolling onto that left outer edge of the foot, back to center. 2 more times, rolling that left thigh open, back to center. Final time, we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Step the left foot back to meet the right, and take your Vinyasa flow. Forward into high push-up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Bend the knees, peek to the top of the mat. Hop or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, fold. Exhale, shins. Inhale, fold. Exhale, reaches up tall. Hands come to heart center as we move to the other side. I may have gotten my inhales and exhales confused there, so you know where to go. From the top of the mat. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. We'll step the left foot back. We're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts us up in the crescent on the right side. So same thing here. Now we're kicking the left heel away from us. Right knee is bent directly over the right ankle. Left hip is rolled forward. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Inhale, arms come forward. Exhale, airplane. Find your breath here. Good Ujjayi breaths. I hear those Ujjayi breaths. Press the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, left palm comes down to the mat. Inhale, sweeps that right arm up. My right shoulder is feeling a lot better than it had, but it's still not perfect. So instead of extending my arm all the way up, I'm going to take it into a little bind here. But I'm still rotating the shoulders. Hold here. Find that twist. Right shoulder coming behind you. Left shoulder, left rib cage coming in front. For 2. For 1. Right hand comes down. We're now framing out that right foot. Kicking that left heel away from us. And now we're going to roll that right knee out. Coming on to the outer edge of the right foot. Opening that right hip. Back to center. Have to negotiate it. Maybe move your right hand a little bit if you need to. Out onto the right outer edge of the foot. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, rolling onto that outer edge of the foot. The 5th metatarsal. Back to center. 2 more times. Rolling onto the outer edge of that right foot. Really feel that right hip joint opening. Full external rotation. Back to center. Final time. We'll hold for 5. For 4. For 3, for 2, and back to center. Let's step that right foot back to meet the left. You're in down dog. Take your optional vinyasa. Forward in the high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees ever so slightly. Peek to the top of the mat. Hop or walk to the top of the mat. Find your way in a forward fold. Let's take the feet about 6 inches from one another. We're going to yoga toe lock the big toes. So, standing up tall to start, hands at hips. Inhale, grow tall, shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Peace sign, fingers grabbing your big toes. So the 2 fingers go under the big toe and the thumb comes on top. Inhale. Exhale, we take our forward fold. Flaring the elbows out to the side. Bringing the chest to the thighs. Crown of the head to the floor. Drishti point is through your legs to the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, breaks the posture. Hands come to the hips. We stand up tall. Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to move into gorilla pose next. So that takes that last posture a little bit further. So feet are about 6 inches apart, which is the width of 2 fists. Hands come to the hips. Inhale, we grow tall, shoulders come back. Exhale, leading with your chin, flat back. Now, lift the left foot up. Put the left hand under, right foot up, right hand under. If you can get your toes to touch the crease of the wrist, do so. If not, you will get there eventually. Inhale, grow. Exhale, and fold for gorilla pose. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Flare the elbows out to the side. Give yourself a little bit more room to fold. Gaze is between the legs to the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale breaks the posture. Hands come to the hips. We stand up tall, flat back. Tadasana, mountain pose. 3 deep cleansing breaths. That's a really deep stretch. So on both of those stretches, but in particularly gorilla pose, you're really stretching the entire back body. The back body literally begins on the sole of the foot, the Achilles tendon into the calf muscles, into the hamstrings, then into the paraspinal muscles, which are the muscles that surround the spine, that go all the way down from the sacroiliac, all the way up to the base of the skull. That is your back body. So believe it or not, when you do a fold like that, you are working on the entire back body all at one time. From the top of the mat, inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. We're going to step that right foot back, and then we're going to drop that right knee and flatten the right foot. Inhale brings us up tall. Lean forward on the right thigh. Bring the palms right above the left knee. Leaning forward on the right thigh is going to open up that psoas muscle and quadriceps, the major muscles of hip flexion. And then begin to straighten the arms as you lean back. So your lower body is moving forward as your upper body is coming back. Your drishti point is towards the ceiling, and you take a back bend. So back bend combined with hip flexor stretching. Inhale. Now, if you are comfortable here, you can sweep that right arm around, grabbing the right calf or right heel, and then shoot the left arm up to high five the wall behind you and take yourself into a half camel. Gaze can be into that left palm, or maybe taking a little twist, maybe gazing at that right ankle for 3, for 2, for 1, release back, palms come to the floor, framing out the left foot, and we're going to lean back, going into a half split, Ardha Hanumasana. So you have a couple of different options here. You can stay up tall, flexing the left toes back towards your body. You can come into full half split, coming down onto your heel with your glutes. Maybe taking a fold forward. Or if you have full Hanumasana into your practice, which I don't, but I can use a block to help me, you can go into full Hanumasana, full split. So I don't have full Hanumasana, but I'm going to use a block to support my left thigh here. Trying not to lean forward in Hanumasana, but gaze is up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Really feel that stretch in that right quadriceps. I do feel it there. And the left hamstring for 3. For 2. For 1. Begin to release your way out. There is no sexy way to get out of this. Just get back. Bring that left foot in. We'll step the right foot up to meet the left. Take your forward fold. Inhale to shins. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up tall and find our way into Tadasana, mountain pose, as we move to the other side. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. We'll shoot that left leg behind. Drop the left knee. Flatten the left foot. Inhale brings us up. Leaning forward on that left thigh. And then bringing the palms to the right knee, or just above that right knee. And begin to straighten the arms, pressing your lower body forward as you take yourself into a slight back bend. Leaning forward on that left thigh, opening up that hip flexor. And then if you're comfortable here, and you want to take this into half camel, begin to sweep that left arm back, grabbing the calf or the heel. Right arm comes up tall, high-fiving the wall behind you, maybe gazing into your right hand or maybe gazing down to your right ankle, trying to keep the right knee directly over the right ankle. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We plant both hands, framing out the right foot. and begin to lean our way back, making our way into our half split. Again, multiple layers and options here. You can stay up tall with your fingertips on the floor, flexing the right toes back to the nose. You can take Ardha Hanumasana, half split, or you can take full Hanumasana. Again, I'm going for the block for support. That's why we have our props. Back is flat, both hips facing forward. Take my arms up tall this time. Inhale. Exhale. Settle in, sink, breathe. For 3, for 2, for 1. Palms come to the floor wherever you are. Find your way out of it. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath. We'll move into a balancing series here. So we're going to use our left foot as our balance foot to start. So let's be conscious and mindful about how we place our foot onto the mat. So let's take that left heel into the mat, then drop the ball of the foot. Lift the toes up, that always engages the plantar fascia. And then we'll drop that left foot down, the left toes down. We'll bring our hands to heart center. We'll move into tree pose to start. You can come into kickstand with your right toes on the mat and your right heel on your left shin. Or you can bring the sole of your right foot to your left shin. Or you can come and bring the sole of your foot into that left thigh. Or if you have half lotus, I'm going to go to half lotus on this side and come into a half lotus. Yogi's choice, wherever you're comfortable. The key here is finding your drishti point, your focus point, usually about 3 or 4 feet in front of you. And the second key is the strength and stability of that left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Nice strong tree. Feel the 26 bones in your foot and ankle constantly readjusting and rearticulating. That's what it's supposed to do. If you fall out, come back in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we bring the right knee into the chest, and we're going to move into warrior 3. So, thinking about using your hips as the fulcrum on a seesaw, your upper body will come down as your lower body comes up. Try not to let that right hip roll up too high. Gaze is forward. If you look down, you'll go down. Hands can be at heart center, or if you want to bring your hands out to airplane wings, or into full sword mudra. Yogi's choice for 3, for 2, for 1. Right knee comes back into the chest. We're going to step that right foot forward about 3 feet. Arms sweep up tall, so both feet are in one line. Roll the left hip forward so the hips are in one line. Arms sweep up tall. We're going to bring the palms together and cross the thumbs. We're going to move into standing head to knee. Inhale, press down to lift up. Bring your chin to your chest, suck the belly button in, and begin to make your way down. Now, you can bend your knee as much as you need to, because the ultimate goal here is to get the forehead to the knee, and we'll have a throat choke. So your palms can be together, or your hands can be on the floor or a block. If you're in a throat choke here, those 3 breathing patterns that we practice at the beginning might not work. So you might need to go to smaller sips of air, maybe a little bit more frequent. Bringing the forehead to the knee, bending the knee as much as you need to. Then at the last moment, if your forehead is on your knee, maybe straightening that knee with your forehead. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Arms sweep up tall. Step the feet together. Hands come to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose, and breathe. We'll move to the other side. Right foot is the balance foot this time. So we'll take the right heel into the mat, drop the ball of that right foot, lift the right toes to engage the fascia, and drop the right toes. Hands come to heart center. So wherever you went on the left side, you'll go on the right side. So if you went in the kickstand, great. If you went foot to shin or foot to inner thigh, I did half lotus, so we're going to take half lotus again, bringing that knee up tall, grabbing the top of the foot, sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Notice I'm dropping my left knee down, so my left knee is pointing straight down toward the floor. Yours may or may not get there, that's okay. My left hand comes to heart center, but whatever tree variation you are in is wherever you are. Again, 2 important points. Number 1, find your drishti point. Number 2, straighten that right leg. So engage that right quadriceps. Contract that right quadriceps. Press that left knee behind you with both hips still facing forward. Hold here. Now begin to bring that left knee into the chest. Hands come to heart center. Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Begin to kick that left leg back as the upper body comes down, all at the same time. Right leg solid and strong. Not as important how high that left leg gets. What's more important is the stability of that right leg. Your gaze is in front of you, not down. For 3, for 2, for 1. Left knee comes back into the chest. We'll step that left foot forward so our feet are on railroad tracks. Arms sweep up tall. Palms together, thumbs crossed. Inhale, press down to lift up. Chin to the chest. Suck the belly in and begin to make your way down into standing head to knee. Forehead to the knee. Bend that knee as much as you need to. Palms can be in prayer, or you can have your palms open to the side of your foot. Again, smaller sips of air may be more frequent since you're in a throat choke. For 3, for 2, for 1, we'll sweep the arms up tall. Feet come together. Arms come to heart center, hands to heart center, arms to the side, Tadasana, mountain pose. And let's make our way to our seats because we're running out of yoga, people. Legs out long. Let's take the left leg out to 45 degrees. We'll come into Janusarasana. Sole of the right foot to the inner thigh of the left side. Right knee as close to the floor as you can get it. If you can't get it close, put a block or a pillow there. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, we take our fold. So you can come for the shin, the ankle, the foot, the toe. You want your spine lined over your femur. That's the big bone in the thigh. Now, I don't care where your hands are on your leg. The only thing I do care about is that they are in the same spot. So we don't want one hand here and one hand back. Okay, so if you can't get both hands to the foot, that's fine. Go for both hands to the ankle or both hands to the shin. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Inhale sweeps the arms up tall. We'll switch the legs out. Right leg out long now, 45 degrees. Left leg in, so that heel of the left foot is close to the inguinal region as possible. Left knee onto the mat. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Exhale, take a slight twist and take your forward fold. Beginning to quieten the breath. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. We'll bring both legs out long, flexing the toes to the nose. Arms come out, and on a count of 5, we'll make our way to the floor. Sucking the belly button in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've made it to the floor. Mini Shavasana. Now we began our practice with a happy baby and a spinal twist. We're going to go back there again. I want you to see if you can be conscious as to whether or not you feel any more flexibility. So we'll move into happy baby. Knees bend, legs come up, grabbing the outside of the feet with your hands, or if you can't get there, going to the shins. Soles of the feet facing directly towards the ceiling, elbows to the inside of the knees, maybe pressing out on the knees with the elbows, opening the hips, full external rotation of the hip joint, and then pulling down on the soles of the feet and the knees, touching the knees to the floor, theoretically. And then we'll bring our arms out to the side into a T, palms down, knees come together. If you want to take eagle legs onto the knees and legs this time, feel free to do so. You don't have to, but if you want to take eagle legs. So we're going to take the knees to the left and the gaze to the right. How much different, if at all, does this feel from 55 minutes ago when we did this the first time? We've done a lot of hip work today, a lot of forward folds, a lot of back bends. So you should be nice and lubricated. The joints should have good circulatory flow, good pulmonary flow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, knees come back to center. If you are in eagle legs, uncross and recross the other way. And then we'll take the knees to the right and the gaze to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, knees come back up tall, uncross if they're crossed. If there is anything that you need to do to seal your own personal private practice, feel free to go there now. If you are satisfied, begin to extend your legs out long. Palms come to the floor, to the side, or maybe one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. As we make our way into our final asana of today's practice, final Shavasana, corpse pose, rest pose, regeneration. As I said at the beginning of practice, I know that sometimes people skip the opening breathing and the final Shavasana, but all 3 of those components make up your yoga practice. Doing one without the other 2, or doing 2 without the other 1 is better than doing nothing. But it is not fully taking advantage of what our yoga practice is able to bring to us. Relax your toes, relax your feet, relax your ankles, relax your calves, relax your shins, relax your thighs and hamstrings, relax your hips, relax your belly, relax your chest, relax your fingers and hands and wrists. Relax your arms and shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Relax your forehead. Relax your crown. Relax your mind. Begin to allow yourself to return to consciousness and awareness. If you'd like to wiggle your toes and fingers, maybe shake your head yes and no. Coming back. Then if you'd like to extend your arms above your head, maybe clasping your hands together one final time and taking one final good morning stretch. And then making your way onto your right side in fetal position, allowing your heart to extend to the heavens. And then making your way to the top of the mat. Easy seated posture, half lotus or full lotus. Hands to heart center, eyes closed. Do all the good that you can, by all the means that you can, in all the ways that you can, in all the places that you can, at all the times that you can, to all the people that you can, as long as you can. John Wesley. If you would like to join me in a practice sealing Om, feel free to do so. Should you choose not to, that is perfectly okay. We'll take a deep cleansing breath and then a second inhale and exhale to Om. Inhale. Inhale. As we take our thumb knuckles between our eyebrows to our third eye and take a slight bow towards one another, the light in me honors the light in each of you. And thank you for allowing me to be your guide in our practice together today. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a wonderful day. Peace.